Would you believe if I tell you that who you see as bitter rivals today were once closest allies? And yes, I'm talking about Iran and US. In this video, we are diving deep into history to understand the roots of the modern Iran-Israel-US conflict. This is a story of a powerful king, a revolutionary cleric, a missed opportunity to change history, and how a nation transformed from a westernized monarchy to a religious republic. Hi, I'm Khatija and you're watching the Free Press Journal. Currently, Israel and Iran may have paused their attacks for now, with both sides claiming victory in the latest flare-up. But long before this modern-day rivalry, Iran was actually one of the United States and Israel's closest friend in the Middle East. Yes, the same Iran. So what changed? How did a powerful friendship collapse into one of the region's fiercest rivalries? Let's go back in time and unpack how Iran, once a key Western ally, turned into a powerful opposition force. So I am starting this journey from the year 1978 in the Persian Gulf. Well, on March 13, 1978, Iran's powerful monarch Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi was enjoying life on Kish Island, a luxurious gateway spot just off the Iranian coast. The day he welcomed two special guests, Uri Lubrani, the Israeli ambassador to Iran, and Reuben Mohrav, Mossad station chief in the country. Yes, back then, Israel had full diplomatic and intelligence relations with Iran. The Shah was a close partner of both America and Israel. He had come to power in 1953 after a US and UK-backed coup, and he ruled with full authority. The Shah had big dreams. He wanted Iran to be more developed than France. He embraced Western values, built grand cities, and cracked down hard on any opposition. Then political dissent was silenced and religious criticism was banned. He wanted full control. But outside this island paradise, Iran was boiling. And then entered the Ayatollah. While the Shah focused on modernity, one cleric from a small village in Iran was slowly gaining influence. Ruhollah Khomeini. Born in Khomein, Khomeini was a Shiite religious scholar who had earned the title of Grand Ayatollah. In 1962, at the age of 60, he came out of isolation claiming he had received a spiritual message that he had a divine mission ahead. Though not a charismatic speaker, he understood the power of repetition. He used short phrases like Islam is the solution and repeated them until they went in people's minds. Those people who used to believe in Islam didn't see it as a wrong path. To Khomeini and his followers, Iran under the Shah was corrupt, foreign-controlled and unjust. He told people that the country didn't need kings or elected politicians, it needed religious leaders to take charge. Now comes exile and resistance. The Shah didn't want to make a martyr out of Khomeini, so in 1964 he exiled him, first to Turkey, then Iraq and finally France. But exile didn't stop the revolution, it amplified it. From his Paris home, Khomeini recovered over 600,000 cassette tapes of his sermons, which were placed into Iran and played in mosques, markets and homes. In this message, he strongly criticized the Shah, painting him as a foreign puppet, while the Shah battled cancer and focused on foreign policy. Khomeini was quietly building a revolution. Then the fall of the Shah began. By 1978, Iran was on the edge. Protests were breaking out in every city. Workers went on strike. Students clashed with police. Khomeini's voice guided it all, from thousands of miles away. Still, the US and Israel continued to trust the Shah's grip on power. They didn't believe a revolution was coming, but inside Iran, the situation was rapidly slipping. Realizing he was losing control, the Shah appointed Shapur Bakhtiar as Prime Minister on January 16, 1979. The same day, with tears in his eyes and a box of Iranian soil in his hand, the Shah left Iran, never to return. And then came a desperate request. Bakhtiar tried to take charge, one of his first moves, and that was he dissolved SAVAK, the brutal intelligence agency of the Shah. Then he made a bold request. He asked Mossad, Israel's intelligence agency, to assassinate Khomeini in Paris. To Israel, this was a tempting offer. Removing Khomeini could bring back the Shah's regime and secure Israel's interest in the region. But killing a prominent religious leader in France, that was a serious risk. So according to journalist Ronen Bergman, who wrote the book Rise and Kill First, the Mossad held meetings to evaluate the plan. There were pros and cons. Some believed killing Khomeini might change the course of history. Others feared backlash and long-term consequences. So in the end, Mossad said no. They wouldn't do it. Later, one of the Israeli analysts involved in that meeting said he regretted the decision, believing history may have been less violent and Khomeini not returned. But the decision had been made and history moved on. And the Ayatollah returns. On February 1, 1979, an Air France plane landed in Tehran on board Ayatollah Khomeini. Millions gathered to welcome him. The crowds were so massive that Khomeini had to be airlifted out of the airport by helicopter. His first stop, not a palace, not a parliament, he went to Behesht-Zahra cemetery where many people who had died in the revolution were buried. There he offered prayers and made it clear, a new Iran was here. Now coming to the beginning of Republic, Khomeini rejected any role for the Shah's government. Prime Minister Bakhtiar had hoped Khomeini would stay in the holy city of Qom and act as a religious guide, but Khomeini wanted to govern, not just preach. He said clearly, I appoint the government. Within 10 days of his return, the monarchy collapsed. Bakhtiar fled Iran. In 1991, he was assassinated in Paris. So under Khomeini, Iran became a theocracy, a state where religious leaders ruled the nation. Civil law was replaced by religious law, and the new regime viewed the US and Israel not as partners but as foreign powers that had corrupted Iran's past. Then it shifted from alliance to adversary. In just 2 decades, Iran had gone from a pro-Western monarchy to an Islamic republic that distrusted the West. The Shah once held hands with CIA agents and Israeli diplomats. His successors sent them packing. This transformation wasn't just political, it changed the balance of power in the entire Middle East. And that's how Iran, once a trusted ally of the US and Israel, became one of their strongest opponents in the region. Now I'm ending it, but see, history teaches us that relationships between nations can change in dramatic ways. Today's enemies may have once been allies, and tomorrow the cycle might repeat again. So this is Khatija signing off. If you found this deep dive helpful, like and share the video and hit subscribe for more such stories that go beyond the headlines.